Let's talk about markdown sales. All about them. How I run them, when I run them, and why I run them. Hello, and welcome to the channel, where we are trying to sell some stuff on eBay and make a living out of that. I'm Polish Pete, and I'm an eBay reseller based in UK. I buy cheap ladies' clothing in bulk and sell them individually on eBay for profit. I'm also an unpaid carer for an elderly and disabled person, which takes vast majority of my day, of my time. Today, I would like to talk about markdown sales, why I use them, when I use them, and how I use them. Basically, everything I know about them. But first, if you are interested in reselling on eBay, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, if you will find this video helpful, entertaining, or interesting, please click that like button anytime while watching. So guys, markdown sales. Are these really needed? Yes, they are. Trust me. If they weren't needed, if they weren't working, eBay would not bother about them. Yeah, they bring extra sales, and what's more important, these, and this is a general consensus, but I can't prove it really. Even items, when you run a markdown sale, even items that are not marked down somehow get more traffic. So yeah, people say that. I kind of believe in that, but I can't prove it. I can't prove it because I don't really have a means to test it. I don't know how could I test it, how to create a situation where I could get a result which says, yeah, that's really true. Anyway, it doesn't matter really. But this is the reason number one why I run those markdown sales, because in general there is a consensus that they will push other items up as well. Second reason that I run them, it's a great tool to get rid of sticky stock. So before I lower the price on something, I would rather run it on markdown sale 3, 4, 5 times and try to sell it this way, because this will give the customer kind of a bargain feeling, because it's reduced 15% or whatever you use. And the third reason for me is that it helps to gain that velocity of sales and helps to keep it. So it helps to get those sales rolling in and then maintains that momentum after you've gained it, and it doesn't allow it to stop, or it helps to keep it going. So we have covered why I do that. Let's talk about when I do it. And basically answer is super simple. I always do it, all the time. One markdown sale ends on Sunday and the other one starts on Monday with different items. And every time I run the markdown sale, I run 500 items, which is a third of my store. It has to be said why I do it. I don't do entire store. There are some rules and regulations in the UK. Now, I don't know about the US. I can only say about UK. So there are certain rules and regulations in terms of markdown sales in UK. Basically, item has to be live at regular price for 14 days before you can put it into markdown sale. And then it can only be marked down for 14 days. And if you wish to mark it down again, you have to wait another 14 days on regular price before you can mark it down again. I strongly think this not applies to US, but like I've said, I don't know anything about US rules or Australia rules or Canada rules or any other rules really. So what does it mean? It means that you can't have your entire shop constantly on a markdown sale. You have to have those 14 days kind of rest periods. Yeah, that is why I put about third of my store on a markdown. It runs for 14 days, and I give that 14 days and another extra 14 days for my items to kind of rest. So third is on the markdown, third is waiting for 14 days because they have been on markdown last period, and third is kind of ready to go again, and some of them are, for example, new items that I've just listed, so they have to wait as well. I hope it's clear, but I can't really describe it better. Also, it has to be said that every time you change the price, that 14-day period resets and start to count from zero again. So, and every time you take the item down and relist it using both relist or sell similar, that 14 days start to count from zero again. So it's quite complicated, but eBay will do it automatically for you. And even if you include in your sales items that are not eligible to be discounted, eBay will automatically exclude them. And this is basically what I do. I add 500 items, wait until the sale will start, and then top up the items with another items just to cover the fact that eBay has excluded some of them. And then I wait 15-20 minutes and I kind of do the second top up to kind of replace the items that have been excluded from the first top up, if that makes sense. So what kind of items I put into sales? Well, I've got 4 groups, guys, and I'll try to add them in order that I will tell you. So first group that I always try to add is items that are going out of season. So we are in March now, winter is coming to its end, so I try to sell as many winter items now as I can, so I don't have to sit on them during entire summer. So everything that won't sell during this winter, I will try to sell next winter, but before I will list it again in September, I will reduce the price anyway. So I would rather sell it now on a markdown sale than wait entire summer and lower that price in September anyway. So group number 2, sticky items. So in my case, with my stock, with what I do, yeah, if item is on eBay Live for 9 months, I consider it to be sticky. Yeah, it didn't sell for 9 months, right? I know this item will be problematic. I used to do that after 12 months, but during the course of last year, I've managed to get rid of a lot of old items, a lot of them. So I can now move that bar a bit up to 9 months, from 12 months to 9 months. And basically it looks like that. Let's say you've got a winter item, it didn't sold for a first winter, then it goes to my freezer for summer, it's not on eBay, and then in next autumn I put it again on eBay for another 6 months, from September to March. And in the middle of that period, when the 9 months of being live hits, I try to push it out using markdown sales. It sounds complicated, but when you know what you're doing, it's kind of half automatic, really. Group number 3, items that have a good chance to turn sticky. So I sell on eBay for quite a long time, and I know straight away that this item has a great chance to get sticky. Yeah, because prevention is better than cure. From the beginning, I start to get rid of it. Yeah, so I actively start to kind of push it out. So I try to sell it a bit cheaper, and I mark it down from the beginning, from the day one, honestly. Well, after waiting that 14 days period. So that would be all the small sizes for me. So size 12 and lower, especially 4, 6, and 8. Yeah, 4, 6, and 8. These will always be sticky. I never had a situation where I have listed size 4 and it sold right away. Never, honestly. Then in this group there are also brands, like cheap brands, those Primark, Papaya, George, and stuff like that, basically. And all those obscure brands that nobody recognizes, and all those unbranded items, whenever the brand has been removed, or there wasn't that brand wasn't there from the beginning. And if I still, after adding those first 2 groups, if I still have any space in my 500 markdown listings, I add listings from that 3rd group. And the group number 4 is everything else. So if after 3 groups I still have space in my 500 listings that are going to on markdown sale, I will add everything, whatever it is. Yeah, starting from size 14, then 16, then 18, 20, 22, 24, etc. So yeah, this is how I do it. It takes time, but generally after you've done it like few times, you will get faster and faster and faster, and 20 minutes once in a fortnight, it's not that much to push your items out, really. Also, I want to say one more thing before I finish. I don't know if it's true or not. Some testing is required, but this is my observation, what I was able to observe on my items, on my stock, in my circumstances. Yeah, I've noticed basically that the algorithm pushes those marked down items at the beginning and at the end of promotional period. So let's say it's about first 3-4 days and the last 2-3 days. So in that middle, it's there, but it's not selling that much. So maybe it would be a good idea to try to run them on a shorter period of time. So maybe 7 days instead of 14. But like I've said, it has to be tested, because I can't say it for certain. I think I will test it, but I will need some time to do it, and because you can't really run it once and say, yeah, that's true. You would have to run it like for at least 3, 4, 5 months to be able to see, yeah, there is a difference, and it's constant. Right. One more thing, there will be a follow-up to this video, and I will show you 2 simple tricks on how to put your markdown sales to the flipping next level. Yeah, these are super simple, they work magic. As soon as I started to use them, I have doubled my sales from my markdown sales, basically. And so yeah, watch this space. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss it. Yeah, guys, that's it for today. I hope you found this video interesting. If you have, please don't forget to click that like button. It will greatly help my channel to grow, encouraging algorithm to show this video to other people. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. God bless you all, and bye bye.